I appreciate you all tuning in. We've been sending out our newsletters now probably for going on over a year, and there's been sort of a general understanding of what we do, but we've never been open and honest about what it is that got us to do what we do. There's been hints. I can tell you there's a mural right outside of our building, there's a video on our website, but I'm not oftentimes coming out and candidly saying what we do. And to be honest, the reason why is it takes some vulnerability to talk about what we've gone through and how we've gotten to where we are today because it's deeply personal. We didn't make a switch to personal injury for the reasons that most people take this practice area. We made this switch because some stuff that was near and dear to our heart that happened. And we've been challenged by people, mentors, ones that care about us, that want us to do well, and want us to help others, to provide value to other people that have gone through tough times, to really be open and honest about why it is that we do what we do. And the truth is this, back in 2021, we had been practicing law for going on 7 years, and the practice has done fine. We had plenty of clients, we had um, a good staff, but the important stuff had happened in our life. In 2021, and this will just be the beginning of a story that we're going to keep telling to make people know why we do what we do and really to understand the depth of passion we have behind what we do. In 2021, my dad and I, we embarked on a cross-country motorcycle trip. And we had left Kansas City and we had gone through several states before arriving in California. And unfortunately, along that trip, I had watched my dad get killed in a motorcycle accident. It was sort of the pivotal points in my life where um, something happened that you never would imagine would happen. And it shook who I was. I think for about a year after that point, I had entertained all sorts of things. I talked about taking the bench and becoming a judge. We had talked about going into estate planning. In fact, we even crossed the idea of just shutting down the practice entirely. And it wasn't until about a year after the accident that I had been represented by a law firm and the case had closed out. And it really brought to a realization of how dehumanizing the whole process can be for someone to go through what we went through. You watch your mom have their whole life trajectory and what they had planned change. You watch your kids lose a grandfather. You watch a sister lose a father, a niece lose um, critical people in their life. And what we chose to do is we chose to then totally shift our practice area and go all in personal injury. And the reason we did it largely is because it is a life-shaking event. And having advisors and attorneys by your side guiding you through the process is critical. Um, Too often, the trials that we are preparing for can be focused on things totally irrelevant to the real harms and losses that our clients suffer. It can be easy to get lost in the shuffle of documents and pleadings and lose sight of really what we're doing, which is we're advocating for humans who have gone through really, really tough times. And we just wanted to take this time to just make you aware of what we're doing in some of the changes that we've made in a really profound way. The firm is really taking a new goal to heart, and that goal is to become a voice for people who oftentimes feel voiceless. We have a legal system that tends to mute the experiences people have. And that's a byproduct of the attorneys. It's a byproduct of the adjusters. It's sometimes a byproduct of the court. And we don't want to play the game that people play. We want to play the game in a way that really empowers our clients, gives them an opportunity to tell their story, and makes them feel like they were heard. A huge part of the healing process is being able to openly and honestly talk about what we go through and how that impacted us to make sure that we are not alone. Others know what we've gone through. We can be supported by loved ones that care for us. And so this is really becoming a personal mission for Ash and I, and we are really excited to have you along this journey, and we're really excited to share some updates as they come along. but I had to at least take a moment to shift up the newsletter and give you guys a personal message of what we're doing and why we're doing so that you know the reason for it because it's a really important mission for us. Thank you all.